Need to adjust this up a little bit, I think. Well, thank you, Father. Welcome, everyone. Before I start and make my remarks, over the last few years, this really started with Frank Hallinan. We started to introduce the trustees that were in the room. So I'd ask all of the trustees just to please stand. If you would, just introduce yourselves, talk a little bit about your affiliation to Malvern, how long you've been a trustee, maybe your committees, maybe some interesting information that you'd like someone else to know. I'll start. As Father said, I'm Steve Cloetingh. I am a past parent, 2 boys, 10 and 13. I've been affiliated with Malvern for 13 years, trustee for 7, been on most committees, and most notably strategic planning. So why don't we start? I was raised by my mother, so ladies first, please. Terrific. Kathy, please. Great, thank you. Ed, please.
My name is Ed Leva. I'm my 4th year on the board. I'm the investment committee and the subcommittee and also the finance committee. I did not have the good fortune of attending Malvern in the Midwest, but I had 3 sons who attended here. Ed and Bill, Dan, 02, 03, 06. They were all fortunate enough to be medical here. Great blessing for them, and they still refer to it as a transformational event in their life, probably most of the lives of all the students around them.
Fabulous. Father Gary.
Father Gary, I had the blessing of graduating this year. I've been on the board for 6 years. The ones I'm on right now are always in condition and
Thanks. Joe?
Joe Bachman. I have 3 sons. 2 have attended here, one was graduated in 2012, 2014. Sophomore. This is my first year, but I've been on the SBA since 2000.
Great. Thanks a lot. Paul?
Paul Floyd, I have 2 boys. One, DJ, graduated in 2012. He's now out of Notre Dame, playing lacrosse, and Patrick, who's a senior here now, playing football lacrosse. Facilities, finance, and
Joe?
I'm Joe Davis. I graduated here in 1999. I'm actually also I sit on the investment committee on Malvern for a number of years. My son is a 7th grade.
Wonderful. And John?
I'm John Glenn. 3 sons, Danny, graduated in 14, 15 now.
Huh? Yeah. And best for last, Kevin Trainer.
I have 5 boys, and so 14 since they stayed until 16. So I'll have a little loyal next year. I've got 18. One chair of the facility board now. I work with them also, and
Wonderful. Thanks. Everybody have a seat. That's great. And Father and Christian are also on the board. And there's actually 29 of us, and some couldn't be here due to travel schedules, but it's a great group. They're smart, they're energized, and most importantly, they're engaged, and just happy to have them. Thought you guys would like to meet them. So what I want to talk a little bit about is just where we are right now, and then we're obviously going to talk about where we want to go. So where we are is we're currently wrapping up a strategic plan that we started in 2009. So we're going to end that on June 30th, 2016. It was a long process. We really got into it, and it was quite a bit of work. But in the plan, we did quite a few things. There was a lot of strategies, a lot of tactics, and I'm just going to talk about a couple of them. And one that we're very proud of is strengthening our college counseling process. Just this year, we were delighted to hear the results for what happened in the fall. And you know, you have your early decision, you have your early action, now you have your early restricted action. And so exciting stuff. And I'll just throw these out there: 4 to Boston College, 2 to Georgetown, 2 to UVA, Harvard, 5 to Notre Dame, 5 to Penn, 2 to Brown, 2 to Bucknell, 2 to F&M, Richmond, and the list goes on and on. And some of our trustee emeriti have been trustees since maybe 1920 or so, and they say this is probably the best results they've seen in 50 years. So have to congratulate Ron and all the faculty in the upper school. Did a terrific job, and obviously all the parents of all those young men. It's really great to see. We've also begun in this plan to provide the exceptional experience that was truly student-centered. Father talked about it. It's been part of the plan from the beginning. We did this by teaming teachers in the 6th grade, and then in the 7th grade this year, and then we're going to do it in the 8th grade next year. We've also utilized a block schedule so that we could offer our students more time for collaboration, discussion, and deeper learning. And we provided professional development opportunities for our teachers through the Summer Institute, for our in-service days and reverse C schedules. So focusing a lot in that area. We also, in this plan, began to offer better human resources support to our faculty. We have almost 140 employees, and up until last year, we had never had an HR function. So we do now. So we have a director of human resources, and we've made transparent our salary structure. We've rewritten our faculty staff handbook. We have begun to evaluate our overall benefits and policies so that we can become, frankly, the employer of choice in the area. And there's a couple other schools around here who try to do that too. And so we're happy with where we are. Most importantly, we've increased our endowment, and we've reduced our debt. And those are two good things. That really, from a financial stability, that really puts us in a good place now and in the future. And I have to congratulate Ted. He was pointed out by Paul over there. He's done a terrific job on the financial side. Ed Leva, who introduced himself over here, is our treasurer, officer of the board, and he's involved in that as well. So there's a lot more. I could spend more time doing it, but we do have time limits. So let's go to... Hey, all right, did that right. Okay, so where we are going. So we talked a little bit about where we are now. So this is where we're going. After evaluating where we are today, we held a strategic planning retreat in the fall. We have been soliciting feedback online and through focus groups. We hired outside consultants to come in here and take a look at our academic programs, as well as the other programs that we offer. We did also go through a PACE evaluation. That's something we do, I believe, every 10 years, which is really digging into everything that we do for accreditation and so forth. And so it was a great time to look at all of the things that we're doing and where we are. And all of this information, which is a lot of information, allowed us to crystallize our 3 main areas of focus for 2016 through 19. First is our community. We are refocusing our attention on our culture and the values, which makes Malvern special. We are continuing this initiative with a workshop specifically designed, including a representative group of both faculty and staff, and that's actually on April 4th. But the key point here is what we're doing is we are going to align our values to our increased academic rigor. We're going to move those both forward at the same time, and that's a key focus of the board. Additionally, we will continue our efforts around diversity and inclusion. We've been training our faculty staff through the SEED program and recently offered professional development to the board in a retreat that we had several weeks ago, so that we all can evolve together as a unified and inclusive environment where we all feel welcome and everybody feels that their talents and strengths can be contributed to the greater good. Second in our goals and the strategic planning goals is academic innovation. We'll continue to work, continue the work we've done in the middle school and move it intentionally into the upper school. And a group of teachers, a team, 9th and 10th grade teachers, have been planning and discussing what that experience will look like. We call it the academy model in the middle school, and we're going to be moving a version of that up into the upper school. And their goal is essentially to ensure that academically the rigorous approach to deeper learning is also explorative and experiential for the students in the upper school, as it is in the middle school currently. We've established in the last plan, as part of counseling actually, we've established a great relationship with key colleges, Notre Dame being one of those colleges. And those guys have done a terrific job with it. But there's side benefits to that. So we'll continue to seek feedback from colleges and universities. I believe in science very recently. We had some questions about courses and where to go in that environment. And our Director of College Counseling back there, Ian Harkness, who's also a Gettysburg College grad like myself, went out and put a survey together and sent it out to some of the top colleges, asked their opinion on it. They gave their opinion. The feedback was quick, but it allowed us to design how we're going to progress our students through those science courses, which is terrific, obviously, for your sons. And lastly, and most importantly, and I know a topic of everybody, is financial stability, and the number one topic there, of course, is affordability. It is the number one topic for independent schools and colleges in the country, probably globally, and it certainly is a key consideration of parents. And the board will spend its time to define what that means at Malvern Prep. We continue to address this issue with a slight increase we had this year. It actually was one of our smallest or lowest in many years. And again, I do a shout out to Ted over here, who works very hard to make that happen. Where that money goes is really to faculty and staff salaries, as well as to increase financial aid. Now, this is for Vic and development. We were able to do that, frankly, because we've been increasing our endowment. And by increasing our endowment, we do a draw off of it. The more money we have in endowment, we do a 5% draw on that. It allows us then to funnel that money into operations. So the moral of this story is the bigger the endowment, the less pressure on tuition, and that's a good thing. And we're proud of where we've come with that. We've come quite a long way. As we look forward, it'll be important for us to consider all the ways in which we will continue to provide the highest value, but at the most affordable cost to our parents. And we understand that. That's really many of the people on the board have children and have boys here. And so everybody is sensitive and in tune to that item, and we're definitely going to focus on it. So you met our board. As a board, we're engaged. We're busy. We're focused, and we're here to serve. And so that's what this board is all about. So thank you very much on behalf of the board, and I appreciate you coming tonight. And let me introduce now Christian Tabbitt, our head of school. So thank you, Christian.